First story. I begged my daughter to adopt her baby myself after her boyfriend cheated on her. But she aborted the baby behind my back with my family support. And now she is making social media posts about how happy she is. And my husband is divorcing me because I'm toxic. I thought I raised her better. My 20-year-old daughter, Lily, is in her sophomore year of college at an Ivy League school out of state, where she got scholarships and financial aid and got pregnant by her boyfriend, Matt, whom she then discovered was cheating on her. She dumped him for cheating, and now said she plans to abort the baby she is 10 weeks pregnant with. And I am devastated because my husband and older daughter, Cara, 22, plan to help her do this despite my objections that it is wrong of Lily to abort her baby out of inconvenience. I thought we were a Catholic family that, like all Mexican families, puts family above everything. But my husband in particular is doing the thing where he is justifying and rationalizing the abortion because it is Lily. And I don't want her life ruined. Lily said she deserves a better baby daddy and better situation if she has kids in the future, and got angry when I told her that the time for her to decide if she was willing to have him as the father of her child was before she had sex with him. But she got very mad when I saw that, and told me it was not her fault she was lied to and cheated on. I don't disagree with that, but disliking that Matt cheated is not a justifiable reason to murder a child. My husband said having the baby would ruin Lily's life. I said this doesn't have to. I told Lily what we can do is have her transfer here to a nearby state college, and I will drop down to part-time work to help while she continues school, and we will raise the baby together. She told me, no effing way, because I'm not going to Arizona State, where effing anyone can get in instead of the Ivy League, because there is a big difference in prestige, and I don't want to give up where I am going. I told her that actions have consequences, and Cara went off at me, saying I sound like a crazy forced birther. Lily said she doesn't want to raise the child, and then I told her that she needs to take responsibility for having sex. She rolled her eyes at me and told me to join us in 2022, where people don't have to be moms until they want to, and I don't want to right now. I'm only 20. Lily wants to go to an Ivy League law school and then move to New York City, and a baby would totally F that up. I offered to totally adopt the baby and raise it for her. Just please don't murder it. And Lily said, I don't want to be pregnant with this effing baby, and I'm getting rid of it. You need to accept that. And she hasn't talked to me in 3 days. This is driving a huge wedge between both my husband and me, Cara and me, and Lily and me, and I am at a loss for what to do. Please pray for my family. I also don't know if I can stay in my marriage if my husband follows through with his promise to drive Lily back to her college, take her to get the abortion, and help her out for a few days while she recovers. Update. Following on from my previous post, my husband and my oldest daughter, Cara, drove my pregnant 20-year-old daughter, Lily, back to college while I was at work yesterday. And they just informed me Lily had a surgical abortion today and it went safely, and she is now recovering. My precious first grandchild was murdered. My youngest 2 daughters, I have 4 and a son aged 12, found me sobbing. Andy, who is 16, said, it was the best thing for Lily. Emma, who is 14, said, I don't think I could have an abortion personally, but it was Lily's body and her choice, Mom. You need to get over it. I haven't spoken to my son about it. I am so devastated that I basically have 4 daughters convinced by the world that it is okay to have consensual sex, and then murder the children they create just so they can stay at a certain college, or because they don't want to get fat and covered in stretch marks and never, as Lily so horribly put it. I'm horrified at how selfish my daughter has become, choosing baby murder over the temporary inconvenience of pregnancy, choosing an Ivy League school, and killing her baby over finishing college in Arizona, and giving life to the child she made through consensual sex. I'm heartbroken, and my husband aided and abetted her. I never wanted to be a divorcee, but I don't think I can stay in the relationship, and Andy and Emma have told me they want to live with Dad if I do because I am being so backward and controlling. Please keep praying. I feel so lost. I feel like Jesus and the Virgin have forsaken me. I couldn't recover. Update 2. Update 3. My second oldest daughter abandoned her faith and family values by aborting an unplanned pregnancy because she wanted to stay at her Ivy League instead of coming back home to allow me to help her raise her sweet baby. She didn't want to be tied to her cheating ex-boyfriend, even though the decision they made to have sex was consensual. My husband helped and abetted her to get the abortion. Our relationship has been strained ever since, and he has started talking about divorce because I'm an unsupportive mother for not wanting my grandchild murdered for my daughter's preference for New England to Arizona. My 2 oldest daughters have become huge pro-abort activists since the fall of Roe. The daughter who aborted went to the huge protest in New York City with a sign that said, "My abortion was the best choice I've ever made." She posted it on Instagram. She wrote in the comments that she was 20 and still in college and newly single, and her life would have been over if she was forced to have a baby. No mention of the fact she willingly took the risk of making that person. I replied to it, listing all the help I offered her, because she was painting herself like her life would be over, and she'd be living in a box with no money to feed her baby if she had it. She deleted my comment and told me to watch it or I will block you from my social media. I have been told both she and my oldest daughter have been making disgusting pro-ro TikToks. I barred my youngest daughters from looking at their social media, but my husband overruled me. I am trying to raise my children in the faith, like we pledged to on our wedding day, and he doesn't care. All 4 of my daughters are pro-choice. I don't understand why I went so wrong raising them. I did everything I could to teach them the value of life, faith, and family. I asked my daughter who aborted how she will explain this content to her children in the future, and she rolled her eyes and said she never want children because she'd rather travel, have a career, and have money, and children are annoying. And she doesn't want to end up like me, which broke my heart because I've dedicated my life to being a good Catholic and a good mother and doing the right things, and my children are all abandoning our family values. Update. My 21-year-old daughter should be cradling a bump right now as she prepares for the greatest thing a woman can do, motherhood. She should be putting the final touches on a nursery and getting excited to meet her greatest blessing. Maybe the baby would have come a little early, and she'd be on the couch right now, nursing her sweet precious son or daughter and looking at them with love in her eyes. But my grandchild was murdered. My husband and her older sister took her for an abortion. I offered that she could move back home and we'd raise the child together, but she refused because she wanted to stay at her Ivy League college and didn't want to be a mom. I offered to adopt and raise my precious granddaughter, but she refused because she was so selfish and didn't want to be pregnant and ruin her body. It breaks my heart how selfish she is. It is hard to look at her and her sister, who have become radical pro-abortion activists. Their sisters are following in their footsteps, and I hate the way the world has turned against family and faith. There is nothing good about society's new direction. I wonder so often if I'd have had a sweet granddaughter who'd have her own quince one day, or whether I'd have had a lovely little boy who liked football. I'd have made sure they knew the Lord, and I'd have done anything for them, the way you do for family, until my daughter forgot that faith and family are what life is all about. Please pray my daughters see the errors of their ways. Please pray my son 13 doesn't end up like his sisters, and grows up to be a man of faith, who raises a godly family one day. Please pray for the soul of my grandchild. Please pray to end abortion and the murdering of our precious children. Update. My family has been ripped apart as they have abandoned our faith and values. My daughter, whom I will call Lily, became pregnant while studying at her university in the Northeast. She learned this while at home for the holidays, having broken up with her boyfriend because he cheated on her. She decided to abort for selfish reasons, wanting to remain at her Ivy League school, not wanting superficial changes to her body, wanting to punish her ex, and not thinking he was good enough to father her child, when that is a decision to make before having sex. Not wanting to transfer to the local Arizona State University because she prefers Yale, not wanting to give up moving to New York after graduation, and frivolous things like travel. I'm devastated at my husband for supporting Lily's selfishness. On our wedding day, we pledged to be people of faith and family, and he has broken that. My daughters are all pro-abort. They are the oldest 2 activists. My heart is breaking. I've prayed for the Lord to call them back to their faith, and it is not happening. My daughter acts like a child, which would have ruined her life, and not been her greatest blessing. The baby would have been due around now. I cry thinking about how she should be cradling a bump, finishing up a nursery, or maybe even already nursing her sweet son or daughter if they came a little early. Instead, she thinks the most beautiful calling for a woman is ruining your life. And I am so heartbroken that my grandchild was murdered in the bomb. I will love and miss them forever. Now my husband wants to divorce. I reminded him we are Catholic and do not do that, but he wishes to proceed. I'm so lost. Please pray for me. Second story. My narcissistic sister stole my older sister's boyfriend and marrying him by manipulating him into breaking up with my older sister. So I exposed her to the whole family and ruined her relationship. Now she is melting down, saying that I ruined her life with an innocent comment and called our older sister a manslaughter. Really? My older sister is KF32. My younger sister is JF28. My younger sister's fiancé is Matt M32. Kay and Matt met at work about 2.5 or 3 years ago. He was hired as a consultant at her company on a few-month assignment. They became close, but nothing happened because they probably didn't think it was professional. I think both, or I know that my sister at least were hoping that it would develop into something more when his assignment was completed. Kay is a very shy and private person. But even with that, she couldn't stop talking about Matt to Jay and me. When she turned 30, we encouraged her to invite him too, along with the rest of her close friends, to work. She was very hesitant and panicked at first, but then she thought, yeah, why not? His assignment was almost done anyway. Matt and Jay met at that party. 6 months later, Jay told us that she and Matt were a couple. This devastated Kay, and I knew that even if she held herself together and pretended to be happy for them, I almost made her confess her heartbreak to me because I couldn't just let her hurt alone without any support. Kay said that after her birthday, Matt changed towards her and was even a bit angry. Then, when he left, he stopped talking to her altogether. Kay said that she probably misinterpreted his interest in her. I know that she is still heartbroken about it. Matt was assigned to her company some more times, and it was awkward at first, but eventually they became friends again. Now he is a part of the family. Kay never showed that she's hurt. Now I found out that Jay told Matt that Kay had a boyfriend at that birthday party. Matt is very handsome and lovely, and Jay basically wanted him. Matt was shocked at first because he was hoping for something more, but he probably just thought that he too had misinterpreted Kay's interest in him. He is very shy too. After the party, he probably decided to cut his losses and not pursue Kay. Jay, however, kept contacting him, asking him out, be supportive. First, he refused, but then they started dating. How do I know all that? Jay's roommate spilled the beans to me, thinking I knew everything. I am closer to Jay than Kay. Matt has now proposed to Jay. I feel sick because I want to tell Matt what happened so he can make an informed decision. Marriage is not a game. At the same time, he and Jay seem to be perfect for each other, and the love is genuine. Maybe he was interested in Kay, yes, but obviously it wasn't that deep. Also Kay? I want to tell her, but she seems okay with a relationship too. She made it clear that Matt and Jay were obviously meant to be, or it wouldn't have happened. But I want to tell you. Would I be the if I told everyone what happened? Comments. Z. Eldepin. Wow, sister is something. She certainly didn't consider anyone else when she made her decisions back then. I would probably say something so he can make an informed decision, but be prepared for the backlash. OP. The thing is, Jay and Matt are great together. He and Kay are so much alike, yes. Both shy and introverted and very calm. But Jay is a social butterfly, and he has even said that she has taken him out of his shell. So I don't know. My only thought is that I would have wanted to know. But if I tell, I am ready for the backlash. Cursed 818. You should tell. Jay stole Matt's choice from him. Everything they have built is based on a lie. She didn't just tell that lie once. She told it repeatedly. She faked sympathy and comfort for him. She manufactured the entire origins of their relationship. If Jay has deceived him in this way, I guarantee she has deceived him in others. Her behavior was foul and selfish. She didn't care who she hurt, as long as she got what she wanted. How many other times has she hurt him to get what she wants? If Matt and Jay's love is real, they will get over it. If it's not, and I don't see how it can be when it's built on sand, please, let this man have the opportunity to escape before Jay tricks him into marriage. OP. There's no chance that Matt and Kay would be together. And that is not the point either. I want my big sister's heart to heal and Matt to make an informed decision. Cursed 818. I literally didn't mention Kay once. Matt deserves to know before he marries a woman who is happy to lie to him to get what she wants. There's no conceivable way he and Kay would ever be together now. But Matt deserves to know the kind of woman he is about to marry based on a lie. OP. Yeah, I know. I read and agreed with your comment. I just wanted to add that this isn't about Kay and Matt being together either, in case some people wonder if that's my goal. Little bit funny 21. No, I don't think anyone does. The goal is to make sure Matt is aware of what kind of person Jay is. That was a huge betrayal. Judgment. NTA tell Matt. Update. 5 days later. So yesterday, I did it. I know many here advised me to keep out of it, but I chose to go with my guts. Honestly, I have been very angry with Jay, and basically, I thought it was time that she learned the consequences of her actions. If her and Matt's relationship is strong and real, then nothing would come between them. If it isn't, then I did the right thing. Most importantly, I did right by Kay. I used the opportunity to introduce my girlfriend to my family yesterday. Mom teased Kay about being the only one left. I asked loudly. I couldn't believe that it had been 4 years since Kay had a boyfriend. Since her ex went home and the pandemic hit, he couldn't fly back, so he announced his engagement to another woman on Facebook. And that's how Kay knew it was over between them. Jay was very nervous and wanted to change the subject. But Matt was shocked over how someone would do this to their girlfriend. I don't think he really did the math at first, and he didn't react. I was annoyed, tbh. So I insisted. Yeah, when she introduced you at her 30th party, I really thought she had a crush on you because she never shut up about you. But a few months later, you and Jay got together. I said that it was confusing, surely not only for me, but for the rest of the family. But then again, Jay has done this before and stole Kay's first boyfriend. This was followed by the loudest silence. I knew I went too far this time, but I couldn't control my anger towards Jay, and I wasn't going to sit there and hope Matt would connect the dots himself. Everyone was very silent, and Jay was looking daggers at me. Matt didn't say anything, and Kay was angry too, and said that it was a long time ago. Matt and Jay left shortly afterwards, and Kay asked me why I would embarrass her. I told her that Jay had lied to Matt about her having a boyfriend at her birthday party 2 years ago, and that's why Matt ghosted her because he thought Kay was playing him. Kay was shocked, so she didn't know as I expected. Mom was shocked too. This morning, Kay called. She wanted to know more. She told me that she was very heartbroken for the longest time and confused as to why Matt ghosted her. But now she knows at least, even though she had hoped that he liked her a bit more to talk to her before ghosting her. I said that I believed she deserved better than him, and she laughed and agreed. Now I know that I have made the right decision, at least with my sister, which is the most important thing to me right now. I haven't heard from Matt or Jay, so I don't know if they'll stay together or not. All I know is that they were supposed to be on a weekend mini trip to see a venue on the coast. But this trip was canceled because Jay usually shares her stories, and they haven't left town this weekend. I feel saddened, of course, but I am not sure if I feel guilty. Maybe it will hit me later. I don't know. Comments. Unlucky you 3D 574. Well, you did right by Kay, and that's the part that matters. I agree that Matt is kind of a dodo and not worth it. He could have just teased and asked Kay, "Hey, I heard you have a boyfriend. Why are you hiding him?" This could have all been cleared up by simple communication. Also, Jay is clearly a menace. I'd be careful around her if I were you. Pretty off Cape Town. I agree on both counts. OP did the right thing, and Matt the Dumbo should have used his words and spoken to Kay before getting cozy with the lying, backstabbing witch of a sister. Speaking of whom, she's going to claim to be pregnant in the next update. Then, of course, a miscarriage. Update. 4 days later. Yes, Matt broke up with Jay, and Jay is angry with me. But she just thinks that it was an innocent comment. Matt, however, wrote Kay a text explaining everything. So now everyone knows, that way Kay and Mom knew already. But they acted like they only heard it from Matt. Still, Jay is angry with me, and has unfollowed me everywhere, saying I ruined her happiness. I texted her that if her relationship was real, it would have survived an innocent comment like the one I made. Kay called me, and she said that Matt has apologized and explained everything to her. She has forgiven him, although she said there was really nothing to forgive since she truly believes that things weren't meant to be. They are staying friends, however, and they are very close friends. Jay called Kay a bee, blocked her everywhere, and wrote a nasty comment about her on Instagram that she was a man-stealer. He then unfollowed her. My mom is very distraught now, but I think she will survive. I will survive too, and I still have no feelings of guilt about what I did. I am starting to think that I really did the right thing, and I am proud of myself for it. As Kay said, things that are meant to happen happen. Third story. My boyfriend got caught cheating with his friend at her bachelorette party by her fiancé, and karma got him, ruining his life. So, my boyfriend has a female best friend. She recently asked him to be at her wedding as the man of honor. She also has a maid of honor. One of my best friends is also male. Both of us are okay with having friends of the opposite sex, but I don't text my male friend daily and talk to him all day. We check in on occasion and hang out on occasion, and I typically always try to include my boyfriend in the hangouts. My boyfriend goes out to drink with his female friends and never invites me. Now he's invited on a bachelorette trip. Weekend getaway with a house full of females and drinking. This makes me extremely uncomfortable, and I've mentioned that. Not to mention, I've never had any romantic feelings for my male friend. He admitted to having feelings for his friend in the past. He brushes it off and acts like I'm overreacting. If I went on a bachelor trip with a bunch of guys for a weekend, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be cool with it at all. Edit. Ladies and gentlemen. By all means, I appreciate both takes. Am I just being insecure, or would you not be okay with this either? Relevant comments. Commenter. I'm truly sorry to be this blunt. If he wants to cheat, he will, regardless of what you allow him to do. I hope he doesn't. But limiting him doesn't change SHT. OP, you're right. And I'm not trying to limit anything. They just say you should trust your gut, and something doesn't seem right. Again, I could very much be overreacting over here. Commenter. Are you friends with the bride or best friend? If not, why is that? This is pertinent information, honestly. OP, no. I'm never invited to or included in anything they do. I don't get the chance to get to know her. Meanwhile, I'm constantly inviting him to hang out with me and my male friends to make him feel more comfortable. OP, separate comment regarding the same question. Absolutely. And I've mentioned that it bothers me that I'm constantly including him and he never invites me. I've mentioned I'd like to go out and get to know them. I still have yet to be invited to anything. I know this sounds whiny, but I just feel like I'd want the person I love to get to know other people I love. Commenter. As someone who lives with their partner, I can understand wanting to hang out with your friends without them. We're around each other constantly, and it's nice to have time with friends alone. That being said, if my partner literally never invited me out with their friends, that'd definitely hurt. OP, right. And I'm very much the same way. I want my own space, my own life, and my own friends. In no way am I trying to take that from him. But the fact that I am never included is starting to take its toll. Commenter. Something I've not seen in your post, and that is very critical. How long have you and your partner been seeing each other? OP. Going on 2 years. Commenter. Do you mean to say you've never met this friend? Or you're just generally not included in their time together? OP, met once. But it was an event a lot of people were going to, and I'm sure our interaction couldn't have been avoided on this occasion. But no, he hangs out with her alone every time and has never invited me. I have brought this to his attention. It was also initially coming from a place of genuinely wanting to get to know his friends. He acknowledged what I said and agreed, but has done nothing to change it. Commenter. Why can't you join them? OP, not sure. I'm not part of their friend group or part of the wedding, so I get it. I'm not expecting to be invited or for her to be my best friend either. However, if he really is her best friend, I'd think she would want to get to know his girlfriend. And if he's as serious about me as he claims, I'd also think he'd want to make an active effort for me to get to know her. Simply because we are people in his life that he cares about. Commenter. How does the friend's fiancé feel about your boyfriend being there? Does he even know? I can't imagine he's cool having the guy who used to have feelings for his fiancé be drunk with her at an event that is supposed to be the last hurrah before being tied to one person forever. OP. I'm wondering the same. This isn't very nice, but her fiancé sounds like a dude. I'm pretty sure he barely works while she foots all of his bills. It sounds like she just wants a husband in order to have a child. I'm not sure if he really cares. I think he's got it made. Commenter. Ah, so he is one of those then. Would you describe your boyfriend as the opposite of the bride's fiancé? OP, personality-wise, they could not be more different. Ambition-wise, they're probably about the same. It is also probably something I need to start questioning. Commenter. Don't listen to people saying you are controlling him. F that. This is totally disrespectful to you, and by all appearances, he doesn't care that you are hurt. You aren't allowed to hang out with him and these women. There is a reasons for it. Why are you wasting your energy on someone who doesn't give a SHT about your feelings? OP. I wonder that myself. Just posting because I was curious if anyone out there has had a similar experience while being in a long-term relationship where both parties have friends of the opposite sex. Commenter. I'm saying your boyfriend hasn't given you any reason to trust him on that trip. And you shouldn't. OP. The first fight we got into, he immediately had a girl over. He told me that he thought we were broken up. He's constantly asking me, "Who are you texting?" and wanting to look at my messages. I don't do this to him. I've never entertained another guy. I'd never be so quick as to invite someone else over immediately after fighting. Granted, this happened a year ago, but I'm human, and I cannot help that a slight distrust has formed based on his actions. Commenter. I would start questioning the relationship. NTA. OP. Unfortunately, I am very much questioning everything now. Thank you. Update 1. Same post. Next day, or the day after, exact date unknown. Update. The battery was dead in his vehicle when he tried to leave yesterday. Then he got a flat tire right before he got home. Karma got him for something. Okay, I know this isn't the update you want, but it's hilarious. And yes, I'm an arsehole for saying that. I will try to actually update soon. Update 2. Same post. 12 days later. Update. We got a chance to talk in depth. He actually made me feel really good about everything. I calmed my fears. He told me he actually got drunk and cried to all of the girls about how much he loved me, etc. Bought me a cute little shirt. All good, right? Plot twist. I find out a day later that the bride's fiancé showed up unannounced at the cabin. There was no bachelorette trip. It was literally just the two of them. Needless to say, I'm single. I have no idea if the wedding is still on. I've blocked everyone. My ex-boyfriend was supposed to be at the wedding. So WTF. What the actual F, y'all? It sounds like his life is currently imploding. So I'm just going to let karma keep sorting this out. I think he lost his job because he couldn't show up due to his truck issues, and he is probably going to have to move in with his mom. We had initially been talking about him moving in with me. Phew. And this is all in the last week. Amen. Thank you for watching the video. If you are interested in listening to these kinds of stories, we've got more in store for you. Simply subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends.